Oh, the snow. Look how it goes. It's on the car. Thought I'd get out here and have a chat. You know, I don't know if a lot of you guys understand or know about anything about me yet, but I deal with like chronic depression and just feeling like kind of shit sometimes. Those days where you're like, I just can't be that person for everybody today. I go through that a lot, especially when your Suzuki's frozen, the starter's frozen on it. So next season, I need to have a little block warmer installed onto it. I think I'm gonna do, because I don't know if you guys know where I'm at, but I'm in Kentucky and it looks like this. But then in the summertime, you would have never thought that you could see snow. It's like hot, really humid, a heat index that's like crazy, and it feels like you got a fucking wet sheet over your mouth because of the humidity. But then it turns into this Narnia, or at least the starting movie of Narnia. But I thought I'd get out here and talk about some mental health stuff. I know a lot of people, it's popular on the interwebs to talk about, you know, things like that. And some days they're really good, and I'm one of those people that ride my highs and then just sink down in my lows. And it's just awful. It's just awful. I just hate it. I try really hard not to, and I read a lot of self-help books. I'm going back to school, doing psychology to maybe even learn some stuff about myself, but some days I just can't do it. I can't. Sam comes home, poor Sam, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm just not in a talking mood. And I think if I could explain what the thought process is of when I get into that, it would be I've just screwed up my life so much, and I have all these great stories that I could tell people about all this fun stuff, because I was born and raised in California. I've been to mansion parties, four-wheel drive. I've been on world-renowned ski slopes, world-renowned skateboarding parks, you name it, I've done it. Hot girls, or not in that context, but the hot parties, the girls, the four-wheeling, the whatever, all the parties and stuff, I've done it. And then you get up into you don't realize that, while you're like, oh man, look at all these guys like studying, what idiots, what losers. I was like one of those guys. I wasn't a jock, but I was like in everybody's group. I had friends in the skater group, the emo group, some gay friends, some lesbian friends. I was everybody's friend. And it's like, now that I'm in my 30s and I removed myself from all that, I'm out here trying to find myself, and I've just so more lonely than ever, and I don't know if I really like that. I have one of my friends that I get to play online with all the time, Hanley, and that's fun. But I mean, for all you guys out there that are like, man, I got this job, this sucks, I can't wait to retire and just play video games all day, I just can't. You're only going to be able to do it for like a week or 2 weeks. Seriously. Like if you don't, then yeah, you need to become a YouTube or like a streamer. I can't be like, I'm not a streamer. I tried to do the streaming, and it's like I like playing games, but I like playing games with my friends, and then that's it. Like, I don't want to sit there and grind out 8 hours. I can't grind out 8 hours. I can't play all day every day. It's just not it. And so, I've kind of explored every job too. I've been in the military, I've worked at Tesla, I've done a bunch of labor intensive work on almond ranches, and like with my buddies, handyman business. I've done dog sitting, training dogs during the day and making sure they're all right. I've done, you name it. I've been in the jail system, doing paperwork. I was one of the guards. I have my own business as a notary in California, but you know, I moved and I gave that all up, and then come to look back at it the other day, my mom pointed out, well, I had moved to Kentucky like a week before before COVID, so that would have been out. I was a mobile notary; it would have been out the door. So I don't know. I think I get to I had so much fun in my 20s, raves, all this stuff, and now I'm in my 30s, and I have essentially, my bills are paid. I have a girl who loves me and who's just my best friend. Love her so much. We do everything together. We have really good communication. Our relationship isn't geared off of like sex or anything like that. And I know that's like, for a lot of men, to me, a lot of men look so stupid because all they think about is, hey, as long as I'm having my sex, I'm good, man, and make me dinner. And like, it's just, what about conversation? That should be like the first step, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people, but I like somebody who can make me laugh, like actually make me laugh, and I'm not just laughing so I can get some butt later, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't do things for sexual. Sex does not drive me whatsoever. You know, it's about the experience, and I'm trying to experience life, but then, you know, and it's like, you want to post on I want to post on social media, but you get stuck looking on social media, and then you start realizing what you don't have and what everybody else has, and I think that's where some of my depression comes from. I think that, you know, I don't know, you know, I'm 33 now, and my first 3 years of the 30s, I was sick the whole time, you know, gallbladder, tuberculosis. Well, figuring out that I had tuberculosis, I'd got it in the military in Chennai, India, but it didn't come up until, you know, I got sick, that they'd found a big old nodule in my lung. And now, and you know, just I'm on the outside of it, and I'm doing what I can to keep it going, healthy and strong, and going to the gym even when the road looks like this. So, you know, I'm not using you know, you go to the gym right now, there's not a lot of people there, you know. Usually there's a ton of people there, but you actually see, I was surprised with, off note, is that I saw a bunch of people, like all the little runner guys, they're all in there on the treadmill because it's too cold. But back to mental health. I read a lot. There's days, you know, but I don't stay structured, and I want to explain this. Because there's a lot of people like, you got to hit the gym every day. You got to read books every day. All these motivational guys, if they are on here speaking, they're trying to sell something. If they have some program that they're trying to sell, they're going to say, oh, every day I'm at the gym. Every day I do this. Every day I cold shower. I had never heard of anybody taking a cold shower until just a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And now everybody's a cold shower, you know. It's just a bunch of fads, and they have the answer for you. But let me tell you something. Nobody has the answer for your life. Nobody can run your life but you. I'm the best Zach Holloway that could ever be Zach Holloway. There's no other person that could be Zach Holloway for me. And figuring that out, but also, like, I don't know, going up online and seeing all these gurus and all this stuff, like, yeah, it's great. I'm more of a book reader, but you know, the social media stuff, it's just such a fallacy, you know. It's not what you think it is, you know. And I don't believe that, you know, going up on there and getting some, you know, some type of motivation from somebody who's, yeah, I hit the gym, like, you know, David Goggins and all these guys. That's guess what? I don't want to be David Goggins, because that's David Goggins. Yeah, you know, I might want to implement some running, and I do. I sprint at least a mile after each one of my gym workouts when I go to the gym. But you want to know what? If I wake up and I don't feel like going to the gym, I don't like beat myself up over that and sit there and be like, God, I missed the gym today. Oh, I'm off. Oh, I don't know what to do because I didn't go to the gym. And then, I gave up on running. Who cares, bro? You know, like, bottom line, if it's working out or if it's food, or, the other day, I wanted a pizza. I eat so good. It's usually steak, bell peppers, or peas, rice, and carrots and chicken. And I do a lot of steak fajitas or shrimp fajitas and things like that. But other than that, like, the other day I went to the donut store. I went and got 16 donuts, and I didn't eat them, and I gobbled those things down. Felt great. I think I've gotten to the point where I just want to enjoy my life. I don't want to be this mogul for somebody. I want to give everybody the middle finger and say, hey, leave me alone. I'm doing me. But guess what? Unless you can figure out a way to sell that online or tell people about that, you're never going to make it in society. Because I don't contribute to society. I'm a disabled vet. I went through the whole process to get everything that I earned while being in the military. And now I don't go to work. And guess what? I would rather get paid. Hold on. Let me figure out a good thing how to say this. I will never go back to work for somebody else. And I don't care. And I've done this before. I will give everything up. I will go live in my car. I don't care. I will not be unhappy again. I will not be unhappy. I will not go somewhere to help somebody else. I just won't do it. It won't happen. I will not go there, and because I've gone there and I've helped my friends, I've done all this, but when it's time to scratch my back, there ain't nobody there but a knife in my back. So I'll be damned if I ever go back to a 9-to-5 ever again. I don't care. And inflation isn't, I'm on a fixed income, and with inflation the way it is, I had to sell some of my Funko Pops just to get groceries at at a 30%, 35% down. I didn't get my 100% value out of it. I had to go to the flea market in London, and the guy that I gave them to, I pick a guy that's worth it. Because we've done a lot of trades and everything, and it was right before Christmas. I want him. He's got kids, I don't, so he needs a little bit more money than I do. But that's the fact of the matter right now. If I didn't have Sam, my life would look a lot different, and I wouldn't have a house. I'd still have my little Ansel. I'd have Ansel, and I'd have my car, and I'm confident that I would figure it out. I always do. I've lived in my car before. I've lived on my friend's floor. I've lived on my mom's boyfriend's floor before, next to a freeway. I thought I was going to get run over every night. Every time I went to sleep, I thought a semi-truck was going to fall asleep and just tear through the front room. Dead. Remember Zach? Dead. And I don't know. I think I just need to be more okay with being alone. My whole upbringing, I was an only child, but I had Ricky, I had Juan, Mikey, Tony Gerbino. I had all these people, Tyler, Hanley, Mo. I had everybody. I mean, there's so many people I'm leaving out, but I'm just trying to not have very many, things to say. But I think to bring this all back, I try to deal with it, and I think every day is a reminder that, bad thoughts, and if you don't control your emotions, if you don't control your day, it's on you that your day went to crap. Sam comes home all the time and asks me, hey, how was your day today? Was it a good day? I'll be like, nope. Or, yep, it was a great day. And we go on talking and blah-de-blah, whoop-de-whoop. But when I say nope, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not. Now, let me just remind you guys, where I am is my own product. I did this. I'm not saying, because these people did this. I'm not scapegoating a damn thing. I never scapegoat. I fucking hate scapegoating. When I talk to somebody and there's immediately an excuse or a point at somebody else, I literally start checking out. I almost want to get so communicative with them and say, hey, I'm no longer listening to you because I just don't believe in this happened to me because of this, And, in the comment section, you're probably going to flame me up, whoever it is. Someone's going to have some downed perspective and blah, blah, blah. But, you're one of those people. So go ahead and comment there and show everybody that you're a scapegoater, you know. I just don't, and you could ask hella people that have probably become very frustrated with me because I don't take their advice. And I've always told everybody, I'll listen to you. That's the one thing. I think there's two things that I'm really good at. One thing is, I'm a great listener. I do not hear you. I listen to you. And if you don't know the difference between that, you need to do some reading on yourself. I listen to anybody. Anybody that has ever had a conversation with me, there's no way they can say he doesn't listen to a word I say. There's no way you can say that. I will listen to it no matter what it is. If it means a lot to you, it means a lot to me. And I will do my best to give you an unbiased response, even though it's hard to give an unbiased response, because if I'm having a conversation with you and I'm all about you, you know, I'm going to be biased for you. But I'm going to try to give you the answer that my brain can formulate. That's going to help you out. And I don't want anything back. That's not why I'm doing it. I love conversation. So one thing is I love to listen, not hear. Number two, I know how to fuck my life up bad. And, you know, I've been homeless. I've lived in parks. I've lived in an RV with my mom. I've stayed at our house when my mom had to sell our house, and there was a real estate person taking tours. I was sleeping in my mom's room. Finally got the main bedroom, you know, the master bedroom. But it was a mattress on the floor, and I had to bounce up out of my bed, fly out the back door, hop the fence, and run down to my friend's house before they saw me. Because, you know, it'd be something like from Always Sunny or something Joey did in Friends. The realtor comes in and I'm just sleeping up on the floor all cozied up. No, I had to go, you know. So I think those are the two things. The third thing, accepting that everything I've created everything in this life. And that's just through looking, like, in hindsight, looking back and analyzing everything for what it is. And I know if you guys are like, oh, he's breathing hard. One, this is like a 3% grade I'm walking up right now. Two, I got TB. I'm on week, today at noon, I'm on week 8, and I got 4 weeks left. A week ago, or 2 weeks ago, I had given blood work, and finally, it was the one time that they didn't just say, oh, everything's fine. We don't know what's wrong with you. They're like, your liver's not doing good. I guess there's like a liver index, and your liver index needs to be down at like 30s. 65 isn't good, and I'm at like 57, 58. They're like, well, you know, if it keeps going like this, we're going to have to stop your treatment. I said, I screwed up my treatment last time because why? I didn't read the directions. Not the doctor's fault. Like, why didn't you send me all my prescriptions? Why do I have to get refills? You guys screwed this up. No, I didn't read my directions. And then on top of that, I read my directions this time, and I'm 8 weeks out of the 12. I'm not stopping now. I don't care if my liver gives up. I've done so much cocaine, drinking so much alcohol with no nutrition for weeks at a time, and I'm still here. So the body's magnificent. It will go, and if it doesn't and I die, well, then that was my time. That's another thing I don't understand. Why is everybody so afraid of death? I think this is what I've conjured. I think when it comes from an older perspective, people that were alive in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, their life was so abundant and full, and everybody wanted to have kids, and there was boating extravaganzas and the Woodstock and all these all the love music era and weed and LSD, and everybody's having fun. I think it's because back then you had something to lose if you died, and it was like taboo, like if somebody dies, that's the worst thing that could happen. I've dealt with losing losing a best friend. I've dealt with losing family members. A lot of people that aren't here anymore. And the way my life is right now, and I know there's going to be a lot that are going to hate me for this, but I'm just tired of censoring myself for people. It's just who I am. It's what I think about on my walks. Usually I'm running this hill, but I don't want to slip and fall. I think to myself, now, life isn't fun anymore. People are checking out. People are on drugs more than ever. People are like, it's not the fun shit. The fun drugs are like, what I thought was fun was like, a little bit of cocaine here and there, man. A little bit. Don't get too off the rails, because I did, and it's kind of crazy. And don't counteract that with Xanax either. No bueno, I'll tell you that. But the fun stuff, like, I guess I'd say weed, mushrooms, things that grow out of the ground. And people are like, well, what about hops? Hops grow out of the ground. Yeah, well, go ahead and take a bunch of hops right out of the ground. Start mushing that motherfucker like a plug in your mouth. And see what that does for you. You're not, if you're going to get drunk. No, ferment, like alcohol, I'll never do it again. I'll never touch it. And everyone's like, how do you just cold turkey everything? I don't understand. Right here. For all you gamers out there, let me make this abundantly clear. That controller you have in your hand, there's one in between your ears. And I control that. My buddy doesn't control it. My parents don't control it. Nobody controls my shit up in my head but me. So when I say I'm just going to quit this stuff because I don't want to anymore, it's not. People are like, how do you do that? By just not doing it. Well, that's hard for other people. You should be thankful and you're blessed that that's happened. Yeah, whatever, dude. I just say no to it, and that's it. Now, have I slipped and fell a lot? Yes, but this time, not anymore. I think, and back to the whole dying thing, I got to a point where I was envious of people who were dead. I don't have to worry about this crazy tax we're dealing with. I don't have to worry about, like, these last 3 years, I've been horribly, hellaciously sick. People that are dead don't get sick no more. They don't have gut pains that keel them over and they have to crawl into a cold bath to fix it. You don't have to worry about eating all the time and stomach pains, and you don't have to worry about, I'm driving down the road, I'm about to shit myself, so I have to pull over at a church, sit on my side rail and fucking crap myself embarrassingly. There's just, I don't know. I don't think that way anymore because I'm not only here for just myself. I'm here for Sam. I'm here for my parents. If I left, I know that there would be a hole left. And for anybody out there who's struggling with that, who thinks, no one loves me, everyone's better off without me, I'm out of here. That's not the case. Every time if you go and do that, it's very selfish. And the only reason why I'm talking about it is because I've been there. I've come out of situations where I was fucked up, drunk for days, on a bender. I'm in my blackouts, and it's little spurts of vision here and there. And the last time I came out of it, I was sitting in a chair in my front yard with a shotgun in my mouth. And somebody came and ripped it out of my hands. I was just about to do it. And that was the second time I had done that. And that time I had no control over it. I wasn't even in the thought process of wanting to die. It just was happening. And you will be missed. I have friends that have committed suicide. I miss them. I wish I can call them right now. God, I wish I can call them right now. And it's sad. But for anyone out there that can see this, that struggle with that stuff, like, you will be missed. There's somebody out there. And even if you think not, that's because you've lost control of your controller. You gave it up to something, to an emotion. If you can't control the controller or the voice inside your head, you're in big trouble. The only one that can help you is you. I can't help you. Your mom, dad, sister, whoever, they can't help you. You got to do it yourself, and you're strong enough. If I'm strong enough, you're strong enough, because I was a big piece of shit. I had a lot of fun, but I was a big piece of shit through my 20s, teens. when I was a kid, I would pick on people. And it wasn't like I was like physically picking on them, but I would fuck with people's heads. I'm a master of manipulation. I'm a master of all that bad shit that goes on in your head. I can do that to you. I can do that to me. And I'm not saying that like now, like look at me. I'm just saying that I'm not just coming from a place of unknowing and I didn't just read about all this shit in a book. No, I actually have done this to people, to myself. And just for now, I could say to them and to me, I'm sorry. But that word sorry, if you're not the mailman, if you're not sorry, or if you're sorry and you keep saying you're sorry, but you don't do anything about it, that fucking word means nothing. Nothing. Or you can switch up to say I apologize. That means nothing if you're not doing anything. So start doing stuff. Like I'm going to school right now to better myself, but the days where I've finished everything and I've got nothing else to do, I wake up in the morning, I read a self-help book to keep me in the process of reading, to better my mind, and I'll sit down and play a couple games, video games, because it helps me out. It gets me out of the world for a second. I don't have to worry about a bill. I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm inside Fortnite with my buddy, and we're out there murking fools. And that's just the way it is. Or, I'll sit out there and play with my dogs for a little bit. I got my baby Deck. I got my Scoot. I got Ansel and Delilah. And you got to find things to keep your brain occupied. Don't just sit there in the dark. Don't sit there on Instagram. Don't sit there on whatever social media platform. YouTube has it too. Shorts, all these shorts, all that, what they call doom scrolling. Don't sit there and do that, because those things will also dictate your day. The first 20 minutes of your life, the first 20 minutes of your day, you're very impressionable. And if you pick up your phone, like that phone, we are bombarded with information, advertisements, emotional pulling here and there, the little sad dog stories or the children stories, or the oh my god, look at me, I go to the gym every day, but I'm also on gear, but I'm not going to tell you that. And it's like all this crap. When you get up, you need to control your day. Like, just give yourself 30 minutes to wake up. Like, drink a tea, or if coffee's your thing, go ahead. Drink a tea, read a little bit in a book, or Sam and I have this huge diamond art of Hogwarts. We've been putting on the audiobooks and doing this diamond art. It's taken us forever. But it gets my mind out of there. It's not a video game. It's not somebody else's social media and everything that they're trying to get attention for. You're going to see in this channel that I'm not always going to be the guy who does thumbnails. The guy who does thumbnails, or the guy who's gonna clickbait you, because I'm just talking to you guys because I have no friends anymore. You guys in this screen, that's all I got, which is all I really want, really. Everybody else, in the physical realm has let me down. So at least you guys, if it's a crappy comment, I try to respond to it, but I don't give it too much love. I just care about what I have, my dogs, Sam, and just worry about your piece of the pie. Like, what's wrong with that? Stop looking about what everybody else is doing in their life. Like, oh my gosh, do you hear what this person did? They didn't go to church on Sunday. Fuck them. And then you go to church and you're like, oh, I don't cuss anymore, and it's been really good. It's been 6 days since I last cussed. It's like, oh my God, like, please. Or, I try to do something nice. And this is the thing. I've talked to my dad before, and I've sit there and I've talked shit about other humans. Like, I don't belong here. Like, I don't like human beings. I don't even like being around human beings. And I've come to realize, I thought about it for a while, that's false. And I'll tell you why. When something happens in front of me that I know is wrong, I do what's right. And I do not do it for the views. I don't do it for attention. I don't want anything from you, but if I know something's right, I'm going to do it. An example, at Walmart, there was a girl it was pack time before Christmas, and this girl couldn't get up this lady couldn't get up out of her wheelchair. So she had one of those little trash tong things, and it wasn't like the grippy ones with the little like suction cups at the end. It was just like my fingers basically. And she's trying to get this jug of milk. She's holding open the door. She's trying to get this jug of milk out, and everyone's just walking by her. Doesn't give a shit. Like, she's not even like a homeless person. She's invisible. And I see it immediately. And I walk over. I hold the door open. I say, which one do you want? I get her one. I was like, is that all you want? Is there anything else in here that you need? No? Close the door. Have a great day. I walk away. Okay. The next one was, I come up in the Walmart parking lot again. There's really no other place to go in London, Kentucky, just to let you know. But I come up in the Walmart parking lot, and there's this elderly lady out there. It's freezing ass cold, and she's selling farm fresh eggs. And I walk up to her, and I go, hey, how much for these eggs? And she goes, oh, they're $3. And so I think it was like 5 cartons. I said, I think these are worth at least 5. You know, where I'm from, California, $5 for a carton of egg, especially farm fresh. So I ended up giving her more. I gave her $30 for 5 cartons. And she just swore to me that I was a godsend. Oh my God, I just prayed that hey God, by 4 o'clock, please sell all my eggs. I came, bought the eggs, and I left. I'm not saying that God sent me. I'm not saying any of those things. But I'm just saying that I bought those. I didn't need them. I bought those eggs because she's freezing. She's freezing out there. She's got a knee brace. She's standing at the back of her car trying to just sell a couple eggs. You know, I've been pressured in at the London flea market to buy some beef jerky I didn't even want. This guy made beef jerky, and it was freezing ass cold again. He comes inside, and I go, you know, I get a steady money. Those guys that go and sell at the flea market, that's their income. That's what that's what they're doing. They're hustling. They're doing their thing. They need that money. Go and give them my money. I'm not wallowing in it. I'm actually in the red for the month. But I know that guy needs it more. I'm young, I'm capable, I can do whatever I want. This guy is just trying to do whatever he can in his last part of his life to make money, and that's make beef jerky. So I said, hey, I can't do the spicy ones because I got a pussy ass stomach, but I'll eat the original. I'll eat the teriyaki. You know, hook it up. And I gave him some money. And those are things that kind of prove to me that when I get mad, I just say shit. And this is a thing that I want before I close this out, because this is a lot of talking for today. The people that say, well, you know, when I get angry, I can't control myself. I just say things that because I was angry. Well, no, you can. You just really wanted to say that. You really wanted to get that off your chest, and you threw up on somebody and didn't even care that it was landing on them or how it landed on them. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, is like when I'm telling my dad, oh, I hate human beings. Oh, I don't even know why I'm here. Blah, 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 blah. I don't. I'm upset, and that's my cue to say, hey, let's reset. Let's fix that self-talk, inner talk, and let's not be one of those people that is just uncontrollably going through the Matrix, you may call it. I call it GTA. This is not the Matrix to me. This is GTA, because I see some crazy shit every day. Hey, go down to the London flea market, you're in GTA, okay? Anywhere around in Kentucky, you are in GTA. And or just look at the news. You know, that's it right there. But I guess the morals, the story of this thing is to control your thoughts, control your controller, listen to people. Stop talking. Stop waiting for somebody to stop talking so that you can just say what you want and you don't even listen to what they're saying. Start listening. Start figuring out the difference between listening and hearing. And, you know, maybe somebody who's having a problem, all somebody wants is somebody to talk to. Think of what the worst punishment that we as humans have figured out to do to people. It's solitary confinement. Taking them away from other people, and then taking away the ability to even off yourself to get out of that bad situation, because you're just in a concrete room with nothing you can do, right? People watching you. And think about that. When people get in their worst state of mind, they start to isolate themselves. You know, if you get around somebody, get on here, put something down in the comments. I'll listen. I'll be reading and listening, but I'll read it. I'll comment back if you're having a big issue. But I mean, other than that, like, I think this channel, I've been sitting here trying to figure out what do I want this channel to be. It started off Suzuki's, and it will still be Suzuki stuff. But as you can see, I don't have a garage, and we've got a bunch of snow on the ground, so I'm not working out in the car with that, okay? But I want mental health stuff. I like talking to people. I want to create a community where people come and feel like they're okay. Hey, gay, straight, white, black, whatever you are, I was born and raised with all you guys. I have no problem with anybody. My only thing is, with anybody, I don't care what you're saying, I don't care what you're spewing, just don't fucking touch me. And that's actually kind of, done a lot for me. But, I love you guys. I'm learning to love myself and listen. This talk has really got me out of a 2-day emotional bender in my head. I just wasn't talking, and that makes Sam very uncomfortable. I can tell she doesn't know what to do. But it's not up. She needs to also understand. If you're watching this, honey, you need to understand. It has nothing to do with you. But as a child, an only child, I would go and isolate myself inside I could be around a ton of people and be around nobody at the same time. If you can think about that, I could be around a ton of people and there's nobody around except for what's going on in my head. So be strong, be smart, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.